Okay, it's 7 o'clock and we'll call our council meeting to order. We'll start with the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And that roll call.
Leslie? Here. David?
We have to speak up.
Katie? Here. Junior?
Here.
Brandon?
Yes.
Sandy?
Yes. Okay. So before we get too far in this, I need to bring up Councilor Hammond's resignation. And I need to have a motion to accept Councilor Hammond's resignation.
I move to accept Councilor Hammond's resignation.
I'll second it.
It's been moved by Katie and seconded by Leslie. To accept Councilor Hammond's resignation. Like Leslie. So do we, roll call? You can just ask for a vote. Just ask for a vote.
Leslie? Yes. David?
Yes.
Katie? Yes. Junior?
Yes.
Sandy?
Motion passes 4 and 1 absent. I'm sorry,
Two vacancies.
2 vacancies
And
and 1 absent.
Tony, you're gonna have to speak up.
I know you get after me, but the whole time.
When in doubt, shout.
Next on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the September 24th, 2020 workshop. So we get a chance to read those. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to accept the minutes from the 9/24/2020 workshop. Seconded.
It's been moved by Leslie and seconded by Katie to approve the minutes from the September 24th, 2020 workshop minutes. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 4 with 2 vacancies and 1 absent. Next on the agenda is going to be the financial report. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to do introductions if there's any. I think we have Tori. Chamber. Can you pull up the participant list?
With the participants on the bottom there.
There you go.
then unmute her.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you unmuted?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh. Do you need something from me, or are we to me finally?
We're in introductions, so.
Okay. Tori, Boardman Chamber.
And
I don't know. You're really hard to hear.
I think Melissa Keefer was on there too.
Yeah, Paul and Melissa Keefer.
Okay, thank you.
Junior, can you put your speaker next to you? Because we're having a hard time hearing everybody.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, a little better.
It's hard with the mask, I'm sorry. Okay, try it. Test, test. There we go. Okay. So next we'll move on to the financial report. Marta?
I was able to whip this out for you guys. We finally had all the bank statements in today, so. So in October, kind of, One item that was out of the ordinary was in grants. Remember, we did get the CRF funding, so coronavirus relief funding, to help out those who have been affected by COVID-19. And also we got the award for small businesses that we're having, thank you to the chamber, run for us or help us process those applications. So the Corona relief funding is on a reimbursement basis, and the other one, they gave it all to us up front. So in the month of October, we had almost 77,900 in those two combined. And we are starting to get businesses and individuals help through those funds. So it's been a great program, and the relief and the gratefulness of the people is, beyond words. So that's kind of our extraordinary item for the month. But other than that, and the building department has been super, super busy.
Yeah, if you look at our stats, we're having record-breaking days.
Wow, that's awesome. So, any questions on the financial report?
Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion on the floor to pass to approve the financial report for October?
That's a move to accept the financial report as presented. Seconded.
It's been moved by Leslie and seconded by Katie to approve the financial report ending October 31st, 2020. Roll call.
Leslie,
Yes.
David, Katie,
Yes.
Junior,
Yes. Motion passes 4 with 2 vacancies and 1 absent. So now we're welcome for public comments.
I'll give a chamber update briefly. November luncheon will be a Facebook Live again Wednesday, November 18th at noon. Representative Greg Smith will be there to speak about legislative updates due to the fact we hope that he wins his election, I think is how it sits. We will have the first of 4 part lunch and learn with Kathy Height on Thursday, November 17th at noon. Chamber members can find more information about each session on our website, and you can register on our website. And on our website homepage, there's a detailed list and information about each of the sessions. There will be 4 total. We have 2 so far scheduled. The first one is going to be on November 17th again. I don't exactly have what the topic's going to be on that one. And then we're just pushing for the final last couple weeks of the COVID small business relief grants that are in Morrow County. Deadline is next week. So we have that. We have the City of Boardman one. We have the Morrow County Emergency Business Grant. And we have the Morrow County Resilience Fund partnering with the Tillamook Creamery. So you have 3 opportunities in Morrow County. And then there's also an opportunity to have some from the GEODC. So there's 4 grant opportunities out there for a small business. So if you guys have any small businesses that are still needing to apply, we have lots of money to give away. We do not want to go back to the state, and we want to help out our businesses as much as we can. So contact us at the chamber and we can get you the applications you need or get you directed where you can go. One last thing, we have some vacancies on our chamber board coming up, and the deadline to put your name on the ballot and sign and if you're interested in doing that is December 1st. So that can be found on our website as well. And as normal, you can find more information on our website and our Facebook page. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Tori. How was the trunk or treat? Busy?
The trunk or treat drive-through was amazing. They handed out 536 glow rings. The Kiwanis did. So they said that is about comparison to what they do at the high school as well. We've had great feedback on it, and everybody's hoping that we can continue to do it that way again next year. And I see it just continue to grow because a lot of businesses and people were interested in participating in it. So we're pretty excited. It was ran everybody says it was organized, and it was way more organized than Hermiston's was. So a lot of people from Hermiston came down here. They heard word on the street on social media and joined us. And we also had people join us from the freeway that just saw the activity going by, pulled in and took their kids trick-or-treating. So that was exciting.
Awesome. Thank you.
David's muted.
Oh, is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, I think you guys did a great job over there. So just wanted to say that. Thanks for everything.
Yes, thank you. And I'd like to say thanks to the city of Boardman, the Boardman Police Department, and the Boardman Fire Department. It was a great partnership with everybody on making everybody safe, and it was efficient, and it was a good evening for everybody. So thank you for all the partnerships.
Okay, well, thank you. Do we have any other public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on to our action items. Our first action item is Resolution 28-2020, the special Canada Goose taking for Dan McCarthy. Anybody have any questions?
This comes before us almost every year. He wants to do this. And the thing that you will see in the exhibit 3, we put in bold a minimum of 24-hour under 9, a minimum of 24-hour notice to both Dan McCarty and the city of Boardman with dates and times of hunt is required for each hunting event. Because, you know, when the police department hears gunfire, they don't necessarily know it's coming from that field. And they were a little neglectful last year about letting us know when they were going to be hunting and stuff. So we are going to put some more teeth in it. And I think he's just happy to be able to try to keep the geese on the move. So, and that's the only change that was made from last year's agreement.
Other than that, did it go okay last year, or were there other issues?
I think it went as good as hunting in the city limits can go, you know. He
There were no incidents?
No, the only issues that we faced, some of the hunters would come in and fill out and think it was good for the whole year one time, and then they would call us. And the only other issue we had, and it's not our issue, is people complaining that if you weren't friends of his, you weren't allowed to go out there. And that's something we just have no control over. That's not our business. So we didn't have anybody get hurt. We didn't have any reports of that.
No kids getting scared on their way to school in the morning?
Nothing.
Okay, that was my concern. Kids are walking right by that,
Yeah.
across that from that field. So, okay. Well, are there any other questions? Comments? Seeing none, is there a motion on the floor to approve Resolution 28-2020?
I move to accept resolution 28-2020. Seconded.
Been moved by Leslie and seconded by Katie to approve Resolution 28-2020, a goose hunting, the special Canada goose taking. Roll call?
Leslie? Yes. David?
Yes.
Katie? Yes. Junior?
Yes. Motion passes with 4 and 2 vacancies with 1 absent. Okay. So the next thing on the agenda is other business. Looks like we have a liquor license request.
Yes, you know, Richards are moving their liquor store over to the strip mall by the subway, and so they're needing a new approval for a liquor license there.
Are they operating under their old one at this point? Is that what they're doing?
I assume they are. To be honest, I don't go that way. I mean, I haven't been down that street.
It is open. So
No.
it is open, yeah. So it's,
Yeah, I'm sure that they're open.
because of their transfer from that location and the change, they're gonna have to resubmit an application to the Liquor Control Commission. So your options for this approval is you can either grant, you can deny, or you can acknowledge. You don't have to do any of the other three, but what I can tell you is even if you deny it, most likely OLCC is going to approve it. So, but those are your options. You can grant, acknowledge, or deny.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the liquor license for M and M Place?
I move to approve the liquor license request for Richards and M&M Place.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved by Katie and seconded by Leslie to approve the liquor license to M and M Place. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 4 with 2 vacancies and 1 absent. Okay. Looks like we have police report.
So everybody should have got a copy of the month-end report in your packet. I would remind everybody that those numbers, again, are flexible. They're pretty standard for this time of year. I don't see anything out of line with them. Are there any questions in reference to that report? The only other thing that I would report is that Joanna is through her FTO, or field training period. As you know, or if you haven't known, it's been about a year process from the day we hire till we can actually get them on the road by themselves working. So it's a long process. We're excited to have her to that point, and so she is on duty covering the shift, and then obviously if she needs help, there's somebody there to help her, and always has a supervisor she can reach out to. So we're excited. We are down a couple officers, so we're kind of trying to modify the schedule to make everything work. So aside from that, we're ready for the elections to be over. We're hearing a lot of rumblings that there's supposed to be some writing, so we'll just have to see how that goes. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen, but all law enforcement across the nation are being put on notice. So I don't have anything else.
Okay. Glenn, from the village report?
If you look at the last page there, we've got October was a record-breaking month at 104 permits sold. We had a couple of days where we had 9, 8 in one day.
Wow.
This is not new houses, it's like a furnace and everything all combined. But
That's awesome.
yeah, it's crazy busy.
And looks like a fair amount of new construction in the Boardman area.
Yeah, they're doing over on, what is that name of that road? No, the ridge,
Rome?
Glenn, I'm
Anthony.
having a hard time hearing you. Sorry.
Oh, is this better? Is this thing on?
No, you gotta turn on back.
Is it on?
Try it now.
Can you hear me?
You can have full closure.
Better. Thank you.
There it is. No, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So on Anthony, they're almost built out. They're doing 2 foundations a week. And then the houses are just going bam, bam, bam. They'll be done with that street in just a couple months, 2 months. And then they're digging all the dirt down River Ridge Drive. I don't know if you ever seen that at the end. So, good. Yep. Yeah, I don't know how many houses are in there. I can't remember, something like 25 or 30. 30. Yep, they want to build a model home right now before the streets are in. So we haven't figured that out yet.
Awesome.
So that's about it for me. So if you guys have any other questions?
Thank you, Maya.
Okay, any committee reports? Looks like there's something on here for the census. Is that just informational?
I just put the census in there so you would know that they're done. And so you can see, I was pretty curious about what happened to Ione.
Right?
And so I asked that, you don't remember the Mark man from the census came a couple of times and talked to us? And he's the one that sent us this. So I emailed, said, do you have any idea why those would drop so much? And he said, no, that, that's a huge drop from.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. Eric did a really good job at reporting. So now eventually we'll get the figures. And hopefully we're satisfied, or somewhat satisfied. So.
Any other committee reports?
The Christmas decorating committee, we're kind of talking about the best way to go forth with that, just with everything going on. I know that we were kind of emailing about some ideas to make it safe, the safest route possible, because it would be, with the community doing it, it's just getting groups together and touching all the, still figuring that out.
Well, I think that I know the Public Works Department came in and spoke with me about, they would just like some guidance.
Sure.
Since all of our Christmas trees blew down here, they don't have any to decorate here. And so they looked at the one up at the high school. I don't think we've talked to anyone at high school yet. But if there was power there at that corner where the reader board is for them, maybe they would put some lights on it.
Okay.
And then I don't know, I think they're just looking. So if nobody in the community is going to do the four corners like they've been doing, I don't know if we should give up so easy. I mean, the only reason I say that, Tori and I haven't had time to talk at all about Christmas either. But you've seen how well they pulled off Halloween. So you can't just go, oh gosh, I've got a mask and I can't do anything. So I think that maybe we'll have a little meeting, or somebody, if they've got great ideas, can email me and let me know. Because the Public Works, on these nice days, would be happy to be putting lights up rather than wait till it's below zero and the wind's blowing.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a matter of giving up, it's just, how do we do this in a way that everybody's not touching the thing? I mean,
Right.
it's tough, so we need to kind of chat about it and just come together with some thoughts to still make sure we celebrate the season. I don't have very good ideas, so
Yeah. I'm not a Christmas decorator, so that's not my.
Is the Sage Center still gonna do their normal thing, Tori? Do you know?
I'm unaware at that point in time. Just due with it being closed and staff has been moved to the golf course. I'm not sure what Ryan has in plan. I think that's in a conversation we're going to have tomorrow and see where we're at. I think if anything we do, we're going to probably decorate the Christmas tree that we normally do for the Christmas tree lighting. I don't see why we can't create some kind of like drive in and park, and I don't know. Trying to get creative with Christmas tree lighting. Winter Market is canceled for the year. We usually do it on Saturday of Winter Market, which is the first Saturday of December. So maybe we'll kind of stick with that first Saturday of December and try to do some kind of maybe drive-through Christmas tree lighting. Anybody got any ideas?
I'd love to see them do something. I mean, it's always such a great attraction.
Yeah,
Well, and like,
that's our plan.
we can't ask, like for the high school kids to turn out in a group. It's the group thing we can't have, so, yeah.
So yeah, I'll put out another, maybe we can run
Right.
this week.
Well, I think we ought to have Rena from the Independence Transport be in charge of decorations. She's got the most beautiful tree I've ever seen down there.
I'm taking that.
Already, I'm thinking, well, we're missing the boat, not telling us come up with ideas, so.
It's a very cool tree.
That is gorgeous.
It is a.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, anyway, some of us will get together and I'll tell because Public Works, they wanna, you know.
Yeah, they can do it earlier. I'm sure they're gearing up, for it. So.
Well, and I think they were curious about what we were gonna do here at City Hall, like now that we have no trees, nor does the senior center, yeah. So, we'll figure it out.
Okay, any other committee reports? Seeing none, city manager report.
All right.
Karen?
One of the first things I want to do is we received a really nice thank you note from the food pantry. And they said, City of Boardman, thanks so much for your support of the Boardman Food Pantry. We are grateful for the trust you place in us. Your partnership is valued to us. Thanks for all you do to make Boardman such an amazing place to live. And then a lot of the board members signed it, so it's very nice, So it makes you, and I think they're really filling a need, and thank goodness people are helping to support them, so that's good news. I talked with David Albrecht because we thought maybe we would have a resolution in this packet. And we decided that we weren't quite ready, but I'm sure we'll have some kind of a resolution in December's packet for about when we want to try to sell the bonds. Because it just amazes me how you plan and plan for a couple 3 years, and then you get down to it and probably the plans you thought were gonna work are maybe not the best plan. Because interest rate now is still really low. So I think we're on, and Anderson Perry, we had a call with the Corps of Engineers again today. And we're going to eventually get it straightened out here so that we can start working on collector 3 and the lagoon. And it will take a while before we can start working on that property that is next to the water building that we already have, because there's quite a bit of environmental stuff. But the good news is they're going to let us use a lot of the environmental study that the port had done like several years ago when we were trying to get the ball fields down there. So that'll save us a lot of money and time both. So, and the positive thing is that we're now set up for every other week to have a phone call. And when you finally get to that point that you're on their agenda for a call, then because that's half the problem, is trying to find somebody that can make a decision. So that's a positive thing for us, I think. And I guess I wanted to say, we're going to need to fill Brandon's position. And so we'll need to put an ad in the paper. And I think we'll close it probably on the 20th of November so that, anyone that's interested in filling that position can turn their application in. And then you will probably, depending on how many we receive, then you will have to interview them. So I did notice in the Pendleton paper last night or last weekend that they had so many, like maybe 8 or so, that they took one evening and that's all they did was interview them. And for all of you that have been here for a long time, Tom Flegel is one of the names that has put his name in. as being on there. So I told Kevin today, I said, because Tom was, the avid Duck fan. I said, oh my gosh, now he's turning to be on the city council and soon he'll be a Beaver. He's losing his way. So anyway, so if, depending on how many, because after the election tonight, some of the people can reapply for this open position if they'd like. So I'd say we'll get that advertised so we can get it back out. I put in my notes that Heather has been out for a couple of weeks and probably will be out a week or two more at least. Her son's in Arizona, so she's been down there. And he's been really seriously hurt. So, we'll try to see what we can do for her. I think that probably people will donate, sick time or vacation or something, keep her, so that the paychecks keep coming. And we've had our share of water disasters lately, and we're kind of hoping that we're done with them, but trying to get water out to the River Ridge subdivision, where we had no plans from in the early 70s, we can't find any kind of a plan or any kind of paperwork for what was done out there. And so it's making it more difficult to, but we found somebody today that maybe knows something and is willing to perhaps at least let us take these fence down and put it back up and things like that, so we can put the meter in. So those are, you always just gotta hunt around till you find the right guy. So I think other than that, I can't think of anything else that I need to tell you. We're busy at City Hall. And the great thing is you've got a great staff that when something happens, people step up and everybody's, like you say, is trying to do Heather's job. And so I think we're getting it done. And as you see, the front door was open. So. I think that's my part.
Okay. Anything from the counselors? Kate? Leslie? David? Okay. And you already brought up the vacant council position that we need to advertise for, so.
Fine. Push on to see who's the participants are.
So it'll come up in your report for your list.
And Brandon?
He just wanted to make sure we talked about him.
He accepted his resignation.
Brenda, what is your last name?
That's me.
Oh, that's Brandon.
And Hammond, I don't know how many brands,
We're used to seeing Mary's phone, that's why.
Well, there's one that says Brendan too, though.
Yeah.
There's Brandon and Brenda.
I'm assuming that's gonna be Brenda.
So Brandon, are you Brenda also?
No.
Right.
Did I hear my name?
Yes. We just are trying to
Hello,
figure out.
everybody. I look a little terrible because I've been wrestling with a 2-year-old, but otherwise, life is good. How are you, everybody?
Good. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And then nothing from the mayor? And
No, she is, under the weather.
no. Okay, that's too bad.
Yeah.
can I give you one update on
Please.
the Migrant Head Start?
Please.
So what you see that has been done as of now, that is all that will be done for a while. It has been winterized, because there's a modular that's gonna go in there. And so, the modular factory has come across a couple of delays in materials, because all of these fabrications have been halted due to them being non-essential. And so some of them have started back up, but now they're way behind, and others are still shut down. And they said, including a lot of their vendors from Mexico, for the same reason. And so, Tapani has winterized it, and they will start up again in January. So that's why you won't see anything else happening until then. Our grant from CDBG was expiring, and so we have reapplied to get that extension, and we have been granted until June. So that should be plenty of time to get it all done.
See how positively she says that and how complaining I always talk
Well,
about that.
after 7 years, it's moving, right?
That's why
Hard to
you
complain.
make that report.
Okay, anything from anybody else? All right, well, we will adjourn the meeting.
Thank you. Perfect time.